Using Typinator to print out the current date, time, or both, either here or elsewhere in the world, can be pretty powerful, but it doesn't stop there. Typinator can also perform calculations on the current date and time. Let me show you. I'm going to create an expansion here that is going to tell me what the date is 14 days from now. So next time I'm in a meeting and someone says, "What date is it in 2 weeks' time?" I can tell them quickly and really look like I've got my stuff together. So for this to work, I need a smart element, of course, and we're going to look at date and time calculation. So we can work out the deltas in years, months, days, hours, minutes, and seconds, as well as set a different date or time as the reference point to calculate from. Well, for 14 days time, we're going to need days here, and our element is in. We can see that the amount of days highlighted is in blue. It's plus 1 day at the moment. So I can use the keyboard to put the correct figure in here. I want plus 14. Now at the moment it says I'm going to add 14 days, but there's nothing printed here at the minute to be able to say how it's going to be displayed. Well, now there is. Let's see if it works. Today is the 5th of February. I'll type in my abbreviation, and of course it works. Now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a set in Typinator that just contains these calculations and have the numbers 1 through 28 perhaps in there, so that no matter what the ask is, you can always look like a ninja when someone asks for a date calculation. This date calculation is great when you're talking about today, but what about if you want to perform the calculation on a different date? Well, I'm going to move the cursor over here, then come over to Smart Element, Date Time Calculation again, and come down to Set Reference Date. And we can see the format is in there. It's year, then month, then date. So I'm going to set this as the 1st of July 2026. And this means when I run this abbreviation now, it calculates 14 days from that reference date, which is, of course, the 15th of July. Setting a reference date within your expansion can be really powerful when you're using more detailed ones, like this simple go live plan here. This plan here, I've put in formatted text because I want to bold those key dates. And at the top, I've put in the reference date as being the 1st of July. And you'll see there's a new character at the end there. That is a non-expanding line break. And what this does is it looks like I've pressed return because I can see the line that says testing started is below. But when the expansion runs, it's not going to press return. So testing started is still going to be at the top. It makes things a lot easier to read when you have a long expansion. And you get to this character by coming over to Smart Element and then down here near the bottom. You can also press Option and Return to get it. Okay, back in now. So that date calculation that is taking place for testing started is 28 days before the reference date. Then testing finished is going to be 21 days before. We've got a teaser campaign launch that's 14 days before. And then the release sign off, that's going to be a week ahead of time. Then in bold here, you can see I have the go live date being equal to the reference date. So no calculation needed. And in fact, ref date there is now being used as a variable. I've then got some actions for after the go live date. So support tickets need to be clear 14 days after, and a lessons learned meeting will take place 21 days after. And then we have the final sign off. And that is going to be 28 days after our original reference date. So let's see this one in action. I'll type in the abbreviation. It expands. We can see all of those dates are exactly what I want. I didn't have to work them out. Typinator did it for me. Now, the beauty of this is I now have a template. I could duplicate this, or when I have another similar launch, I could just change the reference date in here. And now if we test that, we can see we've got the new dates. So don't underestimate the power of reference dates when it comes to planning templates and similar types of documentation. They can save you a lot of time.